Hi, my name's Katy Skilton and today I want to share with you a card made using the latest collection from my creative life, which is called Homespun. So today I'm going to be using the hoop frame die set and also the sentiments, the A6 sentiment stamp and die set. We're going to make a lovely kind of clean and simple card, really good for last minute cards or for any occasion. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop a card blank down here. So I've got all my layers here. So we're also going to be using the papers. So I've got some of the papers here from the collection. And I'm going to start by just matting and layering. So with a clean and simple look, it's quite nice to just have a white background. But it's lovely to have that matte layer on the back that kind of pulls the colours together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it onto a pink because that pink works really well with the floral patterned paper. And it'll just pull all those colours out. You'll see when it's all stuck down how it kind of makes it all pop. So we'll pop that there, and then we're just going to just use some pattern papers to just add some interest, really. So this is a really good way of just using up all those scraps of paper, because we're only using tiny bits. I'm just going to pop a little bit down like so. And then we'll have, let me just get my glue to work again. We'll take the floral. So this is kind of what I'm basing my colours off, because it's got a lot of lovely colours in. So I'm just taking whatever colours are in there and making those pop, really. So let me just, not sure why my glue's not working. Bear with me. I'm going to lay that just kind of down the edge here. So we're picking up lots of different patterns and lots of different colours. And then I've got this beigey colour one, and I'm just going to layer that to the side at the bottom there. And this is kind of just creating our base now for the die cuts to go. So I'll pop that to the side a minute. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my die cuts. Now, I've pre-die cut these because it requires quite a lot of poking out of the little bits. So rather than you watching me do that, I'll show you what I've done. So this is the base. So I've die cut that from there. And then you get your circle die and the pattern. So this allows you to cut a circle to sit behind that if you want to. But it also allows you to cut that pattern into there. So that's what's created this piece here. Then we've got the embroidery hoop, which is what creates this piece, and all the little elements here. So I'm going to show you how we pop all that together. Let's just move this one out of the way. So what I'm going to do, take this one, I'm going to stick it to the embroidery hoop. So we'll take this, I'm just going to add some glue. And this is why I use a fine nozzle glue, just for things like this, because it's very thin. So it's perfect to just add. You want tiny bits of glue. Pop that on. And I'm going to stick that so it sits behind. And then we can layer this bit onto this bit. So just get rid of those couple of little bits there that are still hanging onto the back. So again, just using that fine nozzle glue. Just add some around the edge, and we'll add this onto here. So you've got your frame now, and all that can be decorated. Let me just move these out of the way. Just add those on in a second. So let's bring the card base in. So you can see now you've got this kind of like blank space here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add that, and it can slightly overlap the patterned papers. So just keep finding other little bits that I haven't popped out. So again, just carefully going to add some glue around the edges. And then what I'll do, I'm going to pop this one down. I found this is the easiest way to do it. Pop this down first, where you want it in place. And then just take the strands, because they do tend to curl a little bit because they're quite thin. And just stick them in place. Just make sure they're straight. So you've got some wider bits there where the little bead details get added. So just pop the glue on there. Sometimes they're quite nice, but some of them stick up actually. Some of them you can leave. So pop that bit down there. That's fine. So that's kind of stuck those in place. So then you've got your feathers. So your feathers come in two parts. So you've got the little feathery part and then the actual main feather. So we're going to stick these together. So what I've done with these, I've cut them from slightly different shades of cardstock. They're almost the same, but just gives that little bit of difference in colour there. Just add some dimension. So we'll do the same with the greeny colour ones. Just add a tiny bit to the back. Pop that one on there. And then again with this one. So they're all different lengths and shapes. So you could do them all the same if you wanted to. Or you've got the option to just add the different ones in. So pop those there. So let's bring this one back in. And we can add these. So this one, I'm going to pop the orange one into the centre. So let's have this one first of all. This one's going to sit in the very centre to hang down. And then these can be coming from the edge. So if you wanted to, you could use some gems to add some detailing on here as well. I've done that on a couple of the cards that I've made. But you do get the beading detail. So you'll see these little dots that I've got here. These can just be added around the edge. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue. Start to add these at the top of each of the little spikes there. They can just be popped on. So if you prefer, you could use your gems, or you could cut them from some mirror card, some shiny card. They sparkle. Or you could add these on and then add the gems on if you wanted to. It's just these little finishing touches that really make a difference to it. So I'm just going to keep going around on all of these. Pop that one over. A few more to go. So the die actually, let me see if I can find it. Oh, pop that one down. The die cuts 6 at a time, so they're quite quick to pop out. So you've got the die there, and that will cut all 6 at once. So it's not like you've got to cut each one individually. So I just tend to cut a load of them, and I've got a little pot that I put any spare ones in. So I've got them when I want to make some more. So last one, pop that one on. So that's added the detail to it. I'm just going to take off. There's a couple of little bits that I've missed there. So I'll get rid of those. So that's that. So what I want to do now, I want to use the sentiments to just add a sentiment to the card. So I'm going to bring in my stamping platform, first of all. And we can choose whichever one we want. I'm just going to have a look at this actually, and see which one I think. Right on this one, have a look at my card that I've got here. So I'm going to do the just a note. So I am using textured card, and when you use textured card to stamp, sometimes you need to do it a couple of times because it takes a while for the ink to go into the little textured part. So I'm just going to line that up. So stamping platform's perfect for that. It gives you the ability to just keep going over the top of it. Add some ink to that. I'll do the first layer. You can see there, it's just missed some bits just where that texture is. It's, the ink needs to really soak into that. Perfect. So now we've got that lovely, really deep impression there. Let's take that one out. So each of these sentiments come with their own die to cut around it. It gives them a really clean finish. So what I need to do, I need to find the die that goes around this one. I think it's that one. It is that one. That was lucky. Let's bring this one in. I'll put my die cutting machine in. What I've done with my other plate. So I'm going to line the sentiment up on here and then just line the die up. You could take this down if you wanted to. I'm on this sewing machine. So that gives you that lovely, I'll move this one out the way, you can see it better. This gives you this lovely sentiment that's got that really clean cut all around it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use some 3D foam pads on there, just to make it stand off a little bit. Just pop that one there, and then finally I have got a card blank here somewhere, so I'm just going to add this one to the white card blank. Pop that one on there, and you've got a lovely kind of fresh, pretty, clean and simple card, really quick to make. Obviously you can do this for any occasion depending on what sentiment you make. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.